Have you ever stood at the pinnacle of your achievements, looking down not at the view others celebrate, but into an ocean of doubt? That nagging voice whispering that you don't deserve this success. It's more common than you might think. This feeling is known as imposter syndrome, and it affects even the most accomplished individuals, leading them to believe they're always one step away from being exposed as a fraud. It's exhausting and isolating, isn't it? But what if I told you there are ways to dismantle this false narrative and truly embrace your accomplishments? By the end of this video, we'll explore how understanding this phenomenon can transform your self-perception and empower you to own your success with confidence. Let's explore why high achievers feel like imposters in the first place. Welcome to an exploration of a phenomenon that often goes unspoken, yet affects countless individuals across various fields. Imposter syndrome. Picture this. Every morning you wake up feeling like an imposter in your own life, despite all the evidence pointing to your competence and accomplishments. It's quite paradoxical how this internal narrative can persist even when everything around you suggests otherwise. Imposter syndrome is essentially that nagging fear of being exposed as a fraud, no matter how many times you prove yourself capable. This feeling isn't exclusive to high achievers. It can touch anyone, regardless of their success or background. What makes it particularly insidious is how it often creeps in after reaching milestones or when stepping into unfamiliar roles. At its core, imposter syndrome is about doubting your own accomplishments and harboring the persistent fear that others will unmask you as a fraud. It's like walking on a tightrope of self-doubt, where every step forward is accompanied by the anxiety that it might be your last before falling into the void of failure. Despite this internal chaos, many people struggle to vocalize these feelings because they are so isolating. Interestingly, both men and women from diverse industries can experience these unsettling sensations. It's a universal feeling that crosses professional lines, from academia to business and beyond, making it particularly pervasive and difficult to combat alone. Recognizing the common triggers is an essential step towards understanding its impact on your life. Success often ignites this syndrome, ironically making you feel inadequate in moments you should be celebrating. Reflecting on your recent achievements can help you get a clearer picture of how imposter syndrome manifests for you. Take a moment to write down 3 accomplishments from the past few months. As you revisit these victories, ask yourself, how did I feel when each achievement was realized? Did doubts and uncertainties arise despite my success? By acknowledging these feelings without judgment, you start to peel back the layers of self-deception that imposter syndrome so deftly builds. Understanding why this phenomenon hits high achievers particularly hard is crucial. Many successful individuals have a perfectionistic streak. They set such high standards for themselves that anything less than perfect can feel like failure. This mindset can cause them to discount their own achievements or attribute success to luck rather than to their own skills and efforts. In the next part of our discussion, we'll go deeper into why these tendencies lead people to feel fraudulent even when they're clearly not. Recognizing this pattern is a significant first step towards dismantling it, paving the way for building genuine self-confidence and belief in your capabilities. Let's continue this journey with an open mind, ready to uncover more about what fuels imposter syndrome and how you can begin to shift your perspective. High achievers often find themselves battling an internal voice that whispers they're not as capable as others believe them to be. But why does this happen to those who have accomplished so much? Let's look at the intricacies of this psychological conundrum. Many high achievers are perfectionists by nature. They hold themselves to incredibly high standards and often measure their self-worth against these exacting criteria. When they fall short, which is a natural part of any human experience, it can trigger intense feelings of inadequacy. Even when they succeed, they might attribute this success to luck or external factors rather than recognizing their own abilities and hard work. This mindset isn't solely internal. Societal pressures play a significant role too. In our culture, there's often an unspoken expectation to be the best at everything we do. We see stories of top performers who seem flawless, and it can create unrealistic benchmarks for ourselves. High achievers are particularly susceptible to these comparisons, which only magnify their feelings of being imposters. Additionally, past experiences shape how you perceive your abilities. If you were praised primarily for innate talent rather than effort, a single stumble can feel like proof that the talent was never real, making it hard to own your successes without attributing them to luck or circumstance. To better understand how this impacts your life, take some time today to reflect on an instance where you felt successful but doubted the legitimacy of your achievement. What were the thoughts running through your mind? Did you attribute the success to factors outside of yourself? By identifying these patterns, you can start challenging them and reshape the narrative you tell yourself about your abilities. As we move forward, recognizing how imposter syndrome manifests in daily life becomes crucial. It might show up as a reluctance to take on new challenges because they seem too daunting or an overwhelming fear of failure when considering potential opportunities. Understanding these signs is essential to addressing the syndrome effectively and paving the way for healthier self-perception. Now think about how you can start redefining your relationship with success. As you continue through this journey, consider setting aside a few moments each day to journal about your achievements. Instead of focusing on what went wrong or attributing them to luck, write down specific actions and skills that contributed to these successes. This practice not only helps you recognize your capabilities, but also builds a foundation for more positive self-talk in the future. By confronting imposter syndrome head-on, acknowledging its roots, and actively working against it, you can begin to dismantle this barrier to your well-being. It's a journey of shifting perspectives, challenging ingrained beliefs, and celebrating your genuine talents. Remember, recognizing these feelings is already a significant step toward overcoming them, allowing you to embrace your accomplishments with confidence and pride. Recognizing the signs of imposter syndrome is crucial for addressing it effectively. This pervasive feeling can manifest in several ways, often showing up as a nagging self-doubt that questions your abilities and worth. Many people experience a persistent fear of failure, worrying that they'll be exposed as frauds when they're not truly qualified or competent. One common symptom is the tendency to attribute success to external factors like luck or timing, rather than recognizing your own skills and effort. This can result in underestimating your achievements and brushing off praise from others with remarks about how it was just a matter of time or how anyone could have done it. It's important to become aware of these patterns as they can severely impact your mental health, leading to increased stress, anxiety, and even depression. Imposter syndrome doesn't just affect personal well-being, it also influences professional life. You might find yourself hesitating to take on new challenges or opportunities for advancement because the fear of not meeting expectations feels overwhelming. Avoiding promotions or being reluctant to share ideas in meetings are signs that this syndrome may be at play, potentially limiting your career growth and satisfaction. To start addressing these feelings, it's helpful to pause and reflect on specific instances where you might have experienced imposter syndrome symptoms. Think back to a recent project or task. Did you feel anxious about how others would perceive your work? Did you question whether you deserved the praise when things went well? Understanding these experiences can provide insights into how pervasive these feelings are in your life. Here's an actionable step you can take. Identify one particular situation where you felt like an imposter and consider writing a letter to yourself from the perspective of someone who deeply believes in your abilities. Describe this person's observations about your skills, efforts, and achievements in that scenario. This exercise isn't about self-pity. It's about building a supportive, internal dialogue that can help reframe how you perceive your successes. As we continue our journey to overcome these feelings, recognizing these signs is the first step toward making meaningful changes in how you view yourself and your accomplishments. By becoming mindful of when and why these doubts arise, you empower yourself to address them more effectively and cultivate a healthier self-image that acknowledges both your strengths and areas for growth. Understanding imposter syndrome's manifestations allows you to create strategies tailored to combat its effects. By taking deliberate action such as the letter writing exercise, you begin to dismantle the narrative of being an imposter, paving the way toward genuine self-acceptance and confidence in your capabilities. Developing effective strategies to counteract imposter syndrome requires a shift in mindset, one where you begin to view yourself through a lens of authenticity and self-compassion. It's about learning to embrace your accomplishments with genuine pride and reframing the narrative that often tells you otherwise. Let's look at practical approaches that can help dismantle these feelings of fraudulence. One powerful method is cultivating positive self-talk. Often, you are your own harshest critic, allowing negative thoughts to overshadow your achievements. To counter this, try actively listening to the stories you tell yourself about your capabilities and successes. Are they rooted in reality or fueled by unfounded doubt? When you catch yourself slipping into a spiral of negativity, pause and counteract it with evidence from your experiences. This could be as simple as recalling moments when you've excelled or received positive feedback. By intentionally focusing on these affirming experiences, you gradually begin to replace self-doubt with a more balanced perspective. Another crucial strategy is seeking out role models who have navigated similar feelings and succeeded despite them. Learning from others' journeys can provide both inspiration and practical insights into managing imposter syndrome. Consider reaching out to mentors or peers whose career paths resonate with yours, perhaps even arranging a virtual coffee chat to discuss their experiences with self-doubt and how they overcame it. This connection not only offers reassurance but also reinforces the idea that you are not alone in these feelings. Furthermore, embracing vulnerability can be surprisingly liberating. Share your struggles with trusted friends or colleagues, allowing them to see the human side of success. When you open up about your vulnerabilities, you often find others who relate and share similar experiences. This exchange fosters a sense of community and support, reminding you that it's okay not to be perfect all the time. Now let's incorporate an actionable step into your routine. Start a journal specifically dedicated to gratitude for your skills, goals, and accomplishments. Each day or week, take some time to jot down at least 3 things you're grateful for about yourself, be it professional achievements, personal growth moments, or even small victories that others might overlook. By regularly engaging in this practice, you cultivate an ongoing narrative of self-appreciation and acknowledgement. As you build these habits, remember that consistency is key. Building confidence and a healthier self-perception doesn't happen overnight. It's about making incremental changes and being patient with yourself throughout the process. Over time, these practices become ingrained, transforming how you perceive your abilities and worth. Overcoming imposter syndrome involves reshaping how you view both your successes and setbacks. By actively engaging in positive self-talk, seeking mentorship, embracing vulnerability, and maintaining a gratitude journal, you lay the groundwork for a more authentic connection with yourself, one where feelings of inadequacy no longer hold power over your sense of worth. Now let's focus on sustaining the progress you've made and nurturing a lasting sense of self-belief. This journey isn't just about short-term strategies. It's about embedding these practices into your daily life so they become second nature. Maintaining confidence requires consistency in how you treat yourself. Imagine building a garden. The seeds are your small victories, but without regular watering and care, they won't flourish. Create a habit of routinely assessing your growth. This could mean setting aside time each week to reflect on what you've accomplished and areas for improvement. Another crucial aspect is aligning yourself with goals that truly resonate with who you are, not just what others expect of you. Set realistic targets that reflect both personal and professional aspirations. When these milestones are achieved, celebrate them without reservation. Whether it's a simple pat on the back or treating yourself to something special, acknowledging your achievements reinforces a positive self-image. As you become more adept at recognizing your worth, try engaging in what I like to call mental rehearsal. Before stepping into a new situation, visualize yourself succeeding. Picture yourself feeling confident and capable as you navigate challenges. This mental exercise can help solidify your self-belief by creating a positive feedback loop between your mind and actions. Remember that overcoming imposter syndrome is not about reaching perfection. It's about embracing authenticity in every step of your journey. When doubts creep in, remind yourself of the progress you've made and the strength you possess. Surround yourself with people who appreciate and believe in you, forming a supportive community where sharing experiences is encouraged. Lastly, be patient with yourself. Building self-confidence is an ongoing process that requires time and dedication. By integrating these practices into your daily routine, you'll find that over time, the voices of doubt will lose their power, replaced by a steady stream of self-assuredness and genuine self-acceptance. In closing, know that feeling like an imposter doesn't have to define your reality. With perseverance and the right tools, you can cultivate a mindset where you truly believe in yourself, both as a professional and as an individual. You deserve to stand confidently in all the spaces you occupy, unburdened by self-doubt. Let's continue this journey together, supporting one another along the way. Understanding imposter syndrome is a crucial step towards overcoming it, especially for high achievers who often feel like frauds despite their success. The key insight today is recognizing that these feelings of inadequacy are common and not reflective of your true abilities or accomplishments. By acknowledging them, you can start to dismantle the false narrative and embrace your worth. I warmly invite you to subscribe so we can continue this journey together, providing tools and insights every step of the way. Please consider liking this video. It helps spread these important messages to others who might be silently struggling with similar feelings. Remember, your talents are real and your presence is valuable. Keep shining brightly because you truly belong here.